What are the four main ways that you can help overcome or transcend this social anxiety that seems to be affecting a lot of people? So I've already shared that a lot of times it's not a problem. It just means you're overly sensitive and you don't like being around nonsense talk. Okay, that's one factor. But let's go a little deeper. Let's talk about some tangible things that you can do. I'm in a rocky situation. You see me? Some tangible things you can do that can accelerate this process of being less socially anxious. The lifestyle habits that you do raises the vibration and frequency of your whole being. But we're talking here more about emotional body. People who are socially anxious, they're sensitive to energy. Their nervous system sensitive. This is more in the energy body or energy realm. You got to work with that. That's more dealing with vibration and frequency. When your vibration's higher, somehow these feelings, this anxiousness or this paranoia or this feeling of, low self-worth, I'm not good enough, they exist on a certain level of vibration. When you raise the vibration, you get access to a different level of emotions. They're more light, they're more nice, confidence. You feel more, you're worthy. You're not hating people anymore. Did I used to have social anxiety? I call it more antisocial. It's all the same thing. But I didn't like people, you see? When I was in LA and I was living in Hollywood and I was just walking down the street, taking the bus and subway, I didn't like people because I didn't like me. And so then that got projected on everybody. So did I have social anxiety? I just didn't want to talk to anybody. Yeah, I guess. Whatever the labels. Don't get caught on labels. That's a mind trip. You don't need to do that. You need to raise the vibration and frequency of your being, and then you start to flow. And then, people say, well, how did you overcome all these, emotions that used to keep you hostage? I don't know. I'm on a higher level now. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I have access now to a more, my natural state, basically. So go see my other channel if you haven't already, Beyond the Alchemy. I talk about semen retention if you're a guy. If you're a girl, also you need to preserve your sexual energy. Can't be having promiscuous sex, masturbating, watching things on the internet. All that stuff bleeds your life force out of you. This is important. This is super important. This is one of the ojas, which is the subtle essence of our sexual energy. It runs the whole show. It gives power to our physical body, mental body, emotional body, everything. I mean, you need to go see that channel though, because that's all I talk about. The benefits of preserving your sexual energy. If you're a woman, I have a separate playlist for women, so you can watch that. So, okay, that's part of the healthy lifestyle habits. Preserve your sexual energy. That energy, if you don't waste it, which I know it's hard because, see, when we feel bad, we're looking for an escape. What's a good escape? Internet, watching things we shouldn't, masturbating, checking out by having, sex, multiple partners, whatever. But see, that's a temporary escape, and then it takes us deeper into a low vibration, which is the whole problem. So we got to work with this. You can't do it all overnight, but you need to be aware of how you can take your life back. What are the things you need to start doing that help build up your energy? You need to preserve your energy. So that's one thing. Healthy lifestyle habits also include like being out here in nature. Instead of going to a club or going to some coffee house and, if you have a sensitive nervous system, you don't want to keep drinking coffee and stimulants. Again, it's a good escape, but it's not good for people who are overly sensitive. I'm going to make a video on that. Go out here to nature. Get a healthy dopamine hit. You don't want these cheap euphoric dopamine hits that just keep you low. You want something that's going to work on your nervous system. The beach, nature, go to a national forest or park. That builds up your life force. This is what you need. You got to raise your energy and frequency so that you come out of this lower vibrational existence where all these lower things exist. Social anxiety and depression and all that stuff. Any mental health disorder, they stem from a overly sensitive nervous system, and you don't have surplus energy. So it's like the nervous system's starving for energy. It's always in a deficit of energy. You need to give it energy, but in a healthy way. This is what we're talking about. Semen retention, preserving your sexual energy, being in nature, diet, super, super important. You can watch my videos on that. You need to, liquids, high level liquids, fruit juices, vegetable juices, the tonics I make, you can watch the videos on that. That raises the vibration. It's like you're taking in high octane fuel that's raising your vibration. This is what you need. But you can't just drink liquids all day. You can go the other way. Remember, there's balance. You gotta know what we're doing. You gotta eat a nice grounding meal later to ground that electricity. I suggest vegetarian meal because it's easier to digest. Because if we take in things that are hard to digest, guess what happens? We lose more energy. We're already at a deficit of energy. So we really got to make preserving our energy the most important thing, but not in a paranoid way. Balance. Did I miss anything? Good company. Be around high level people, man, as best as you can. Or somebody, what does high level mean? I'm not talking about intellect. No, that's actually not high level. Those people, a lot of times they get stuck in their mind and they just make you more restless. This is too much mind. I like villagers. I like the heart. I prefer the heart to be more open than the mind, the intellect be more developed. In Western countries, America, Europe, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, these are Western countries. Their minds too, the intellect, it's Western, it's too developed. Hence all the technology. Go to Asia, South America, the mind's less developed. But the heart's open. I take that any day. That's why I haven't lived in America for, 20 years or something. You want to activate that. It gives balance and grounding. Some of these villagers are very simple, but yet they're very happy. They don't have a bunch of money. They're not thinking about money. They enjoy their life. They're simple. You want to get back into your simplicity. Simplify your life. I made a video on that. You can watch that again. And try to just find somebody that you relate with, that you connect with, that pay attention to the people you're around, family, friends, whatever. Find somebody that the energy, when you're around them, it kind of soothes you. That's medicinal, that's medicine. Find out what your medicine is. You gotta, everything's medicine. You know that? It's medicine or it's anti-medicine. Find out what your medicine is. Medicine isn't just pharmaceutical drugs. I don't even consider that medicine. That's a pharmaceutical drug. You want to find your medicine. Medicine means there's no side effects. They lift you up and you feel good. It raises your consciousness. It allows you to go to another level. That's what you want to do. Find somebody. If you find somebody that you connect with and they're whole, just tell them. Say, look, man, I just want to, can we spend some time together? I'm working on myself and I'm really trying to, there's not a lot of healthy people on the planet. So I think you're one of the healthy ones. I'm not going to overburden you or be dependent on you, but can we, maybe spend some time together? We just, take a chance. You got to put yourself out there. The real medicine's free, but it's not cheap. You got to put yourself out there. What's the last thing? Oh, these are four techniques. Did I say 3 at the beginning? Not techniques. 4 effective ways to overcome social anxiety. So the third thing, stop with the mental, look, I've touched on this before. Therapy has its place, videos that talk about the mind, all that, okay, it's okay, but you need spiritual power. That's going to be the 4th thing that I'm going to share. You don't want to get so caught up in the mind trying to analyze all this and figure, I have a low serotonin or dopamine, and I need to look in the mirror and say, I love you, you're not anxious, all that stuff. I've got to put flashcards up. I'm worthy. I don't feel good. I'm worthy. that's a certain stage, I guess, but it's not the answer. You need power stronger than mental power, than mind power. You gotta go beyond the mind. That's spiritual power. You get too caught up in the whole mental analysis about your problems, it just takes you deeper into problems a lot of times. You get more stress trying to figure stuff out. How are you going to figure anything out? Nobody can figure anything out. How are you going to figure out how this body works, let alone your mind? Nobody knows that. They don't know anything. Like, not really. If they knew something, they would say, do this or give you this, and boom, you're done. You're fixed. But it don't work like that. But people are looking. They just need something. They want to, because it's a human instinct. You want to feel good. So it's like, what can I do? Try this, try that, try that. I know. I did all that. I'm giving you the pure meat with all the fat trimmed off. But like, who's ready? See, I don't know. I can't help that part. I don't know who's ready. So the last thing, spiritual practice. This is what I'm saying. This is the main thing. This is the main thing. You use nature. You use these other medicinal tools that I'm telling you about. Good company and diet and preserve your sexual energy and spending time in nature and watch your thoughts too. Like what are you doing? What's your mind like? What are you telling yourself all day? You know, you need a shift, you need a paradigm shift. Nature can help support that. Good diet can help support that. Good company can help support a shift. You need a shift. And then underpin all that with a good spiritual practice. There's many different practices. I don't know which one you resonate with. I have a channel called Spiritual Renaissance. That's my spiritual channel. That's my spiritual practice. You got to find your own. But just start somewhere. Go sit in a church. Doesn't matter if you believe in the religion. Just go sit in that vibration. I used to go to classes when I was in my early 20s. My friend would see me walking down the street, be like, going to another class? Be like, yep. I'd just going to classes all the time for like years, just checking everything, you know? Because it somehow gave me some support. You want to be somewhere where the people or the group, that there's some energy. There's somehow, at least they're willing to call on a higher source. You need this power. You need this spiritual power. That spiritual power will start to bleed through the rest of your life. Intuition will tell you what to do, what not to do. You need that guidance. That's my message. Have a good day.